XRP Inflows Pick UP. That's going to be the title of this update here, June 6, 2025. Happy Friday to everybody. We talked about it on last night's live show. XRP Launchpad set. $2 is the new floor. That is our Launchpad. For new people that are here, I think that as low as you can get down to $2 on your entries, that's going to be the move for most of you guys that are trying to get in at this stage in the game. For many of us that have already been here, we're just sitting back enjoying this show here. It's taking very little in inflows to push XRP a lot higher. I got a market cap multiplier of 537 that I'm going to show you here later in this episode. This is hard data. This is not just me trying to hype you guys up on a Friday morning. This is hard data confirmed on the charts. Speaking of the charts, let's start out by taking a quick look. Bitcoin back up to 104,000 after breaking down yesterday all the way to 100,400. So a big flush out on the Trump-Elon Musk feud, battle, tiff, whatever you want to call it. Or are we all watching a stage, right? That world stage with our actors there, President Trump and Elon Musk, huh? What do you say? You guys let me know in the comments, but we are back up, rocking and rolling. XRP back up to 217. Yes, we already did go down into my purple box. I drew my purple box here yesterday. We went right back into it just about 3 hours after I drew it out. And so that was back to 206 for XRP. Back to 206. It's why I titled the episode last night, XRP Launchpad Set. The context now with where we're at in this market is we're going to consolidate in a range between $2 and $3 until we can see the inflows, take us past that. Everybody wants to know, what's it going to take for XRP to go up to a new all-time high? It's very simple. Inflows. We need money coming in. And you may be thinking, well, Zach, of course. No, but people really need to understand this, right? It's not an announcement. It's not a new partnership. It's, at the end of the day, those announcements, those partnerships, those new deals, those new amendments. I'm about to talk about another amendment coming to the XRP ledger. We're going to talk about XRP DeFi season. But at the end of the day, what do you need? You need money coming into the asset, outpacing the money that's coming out. And so everybody gets scared. Elon, Trump, oh no, this is it. We come back down to 206. The real ones bought the dip. I went long XRP again. And so I put out an update yesterday titled XRP Long Activated. I bought myself a couple of the XRP futures contracts on Coinbase. I got another order set down at 203 if we do get another pullback. So we're sitting pretty. In my trade, well, I'm already in profit big time because XRP's at 217 spot. But I'm going to show you the Coinbase futures right now is all the way up at 220, trading at a premium compared to spot. So we're locked in on that trade. All is well there. Now let's get into it. So Circle goes public yesterday. In my opinion, they rushed to go public. They're trying to squeeze this valuation out while the interest rates are high. A big part of Circle's revenue is going to come from those interest payments. And so I believe that they tried to take advantage of this, go IPO, be the first stablecoin issuer to IPO before rates come back down and their revenue falls off a cliff. This is Dom Kwok from EZA. He says Circle trading here at a $22 billion valuation is a great short, in my opinion, and I would have to agree. I'm not going to go short this sucker, but yeah, look out below. Circle generated just 65 million in net income in Q1 2025. This is actually not a very profitable company. I know 65 million sounds like a lot. Compared to their top line revenue, it's not actually that profitable of a company. And 99% of Circle's revenue comes from interest income. When rates drop, which they will, Circle's revenue will fall massively. And I added in down here, and half that top line revenue goes to Coinbase. Dom says, also true. Coinbase is a big winner from any of their success, which is why I think the rumor was started that Coinbase and Ripple were in this bidding war. That was all from the Circle and Coinbase backers just trying to hype up Circle. This thing's overvalued. The IPO is overvalued. The current valuation is overvalued. I would look out below if you're considering buying Circle right now. Not going to tell you what to do, but I'm not interested at all in buying Circle at this valuation. That's crazy. And Dom, he breaks it down a little bit further. When I worked at Goldman Sachs, I pulled multiple all-nighters pricing tech IPOs. If you're considering buying Circle, read this. The TLDR is I would not invest in Circle's IPO after a 168% pop. Why? Well, this is all generated by the investment bankers that take these companies public. When bankers price an IPO, they engineer a pop on IPO day. As we just saw with Circle's 168% pop, this sharp price increase creates a huge excitement and bullish sentiment around the company. All eyes focus on the stock, drawing more investors in and driving price higher, but don't fall for it. So what should the intelligent retail investors do? Wait 90 to 180 days after the IPO to invest, not just to allow for price discovery, but because that's typically when the lockup period ends for the early insiders, for those of you guys that have pre-IPO shares through Link2 and other platforms, right? That's the lockup period, is when insiders and early investors are prohibited from selling their shares. When the lockup period ends, insiders and early investors typically sell their shares, causing lots of selling pressure and pushing the price down. This typically gives long-term retail investors a great opportunity to buy shares at a discount. As an example, Facebook shares hit new lows in 2012 when its lockup period ended, allowing insiders to sell up to 800 million shares on the open markets. In fact, shares even hit all-time lows, meaning that the share price went below where they IPO'd at. And I believe that that's the destiny for Circle as well, too. Simply Control+F for lockup agreements in any S1 filing to get more info on lockups. In Circle's case, it's 180 days. So for those of you guys that invested through Link2, 180-day lockup period, and then you're going to get your shares. Now, I want to throw this out there too. I think that Circle rushed to IPO. They drummed up all this hype. Ripple's in a bidding war with us. I think that Ripple did put out a fair offer. I think that it was maybe $5-6 billion at most, which is probably more closer to a more fair market value valuation for this company. But I want to throw this out there. The ability for Ripple to actually let Circle's valuation and stock price plummet when that lockup period ends and everybody wants to sell off their shares of Circle, we'll see where the price is at. But after that flush out, I mean, is Circle going to be sub $5 billion valuation? See, this is when Ripple, and I spoke with Sal Gaberte, CEO of 2Cream, who said that, yes, Ripple is in fact like investment bankers. These guys are killers. Do not let the politically correct, nice smile from Brad and David fool you. These guys are here to take it and take it all. And in my opinion, you got to consider that Ripple might be looking to target and come in and snipe this company and take over majority ownership when that valuation does drop after that lockup period ends. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below, but I find it fascinating, and I personally am going to stay far clear away from Circle at the current overvalued price. Let's wait and watch for that one to get flushed out. And I'd consider maybe buying some if it went below $5 billion valuation. Okay? Now, XRP Ledger, we got token escrows coming to the XRP Ledger. I want to explain why this is important. Currently, only XRP can be escrowed. With this amendment, assets like ROUSD, tokenized RWAs, and meme coins can be escrowed as well. IOU plus MPT support coming as well. Now, this is from Vet, one of our UNL validators. Huge shout out to Vet. Finally got to meet him in person at Vegas. Great guy. But the reason why this is important is because right now only XRP can be escrowed. Once this amendment gets passed, your meme coins can be escrowed, but more importantly, your ROUSD, your real world assets, and companies that are tokenizing these RWAs will be able to lock up those tokens. Even for meme coin, you know, the degens that are trying to create some utility for their meme coin, being able to escrow their tokens and being able to tell their community, hey, we're not going to dump on you. And you can verify that we're not going to dump on you because we put $1 billion of our crap coin in an escrow that's locked up, just like the Ripple escrow for XRP. So they'll be able to be transparent. Now, should you go buy that meme coin? I'll leave that up to you. But the point being, we can start to have some more utility and functionality for assets other than XRP on the XRP ledger. This is absolutely massive, taking us into XRP DeFi season in 2025. And all this activity, the memes, the AMMs, all this, it just drives more demand for XRP. And these functions that are being added to the ledger are going to drive more demand for builders and institutions to come tokenize on the XRP ledger as well. Now, the reason why I titled this episode here this morning, XRP Inflows Pick Up, is because, well, that's exactly what just happened. XRP pulled back to 206, But check out, this is very important to take a look at. Chad Steingraber, he grabbed this data for us. XRP, nice XRP net inflows hitting this morning. Back up to 217 from a low of 208. In fact, I even saw it at 206 on KuCoin. And let me know which price. I saw somebody bought the dip yesterday. They said they picked up another 10,000 XRP at like 210. Well played. Well played. Let me know what price you guys bought the dip at. But we had a near 10-cent swing to a market cap of 10 billion when you're calculating the full supply of XRP on a net inflow of only 18.6 million. Well, why is this so important? Well, this goes back to the market cap multiplier that we've been tracking here. We take our calculator here, 10 billion divided by 18.6 million. It gives us a market cap multiplier of 537. Once again demonstrating that this is so far from being a 1-to-1 ratio. For the market cap bros out there that are telling us XRP can never go to XXX price because market cap bro have no freaking idea what they're talking about. They should be completely disregarded because they have no idea what they're talking about. We now have hard data confirmed time and time again that proves to us it's not a 1-to-1 ratio. For XRP to reach a $589 trillion market cap, we do not need 589 trillion of inflows. I'm using dramatic numbers to make my point. We do not need a trillion of inflows to reach a $1 trillion market cap. And when we hit a $1 trillion market cap here in the next 12 to 24 months, these guys are going to lose their minds. And so 18 million of inflows takes XRP's market cap up over 10 billion, a 537x market cap multiplier once again. And once again, confirming that that $2 launch pad is set. It is built. That is our new foundation. That is the new floor. Get it while you can. If you still need to stack it. I'm pretty much done stacking my XRP and I'm just enjoying the show at this point. But for new people coming in, front run that move down to $2 every time it does come. And I don't know how many more opportunities you're going to get at it, to be honest with you, because clearly people want exposure to XRP. The inflows are coming back in. And I know people were calling for us to go back down to $1.80, $1.60. Once again, the same folks that were saying we were going back to 50 cents and 80 cents. Don't be greedy. Sell your XRP at $1.90 because Ripple's about to dump on you. XRP pumps to 340 over the next 2 weeks. These guys continue to get wrecked time and time again. Don't join that crowd. Don't hang out with them. Let's shut out that negativity and that nonsense. The fundamentals couldn't get better, and the inflows are proving that this is for real. This is not just me hyping it up. This is not just me delivering hopium. This is hard data. So take it up with the data. Don't come at me. Take it up with the data. And before we get to talking, can you retort with your own data? Can you come back with your own data? Not your emotions. Not your little, oh, I'm so mad that XRP's not at a new all-time high yet. Come back with your own data. Check yourself before you wreck yourself is what I'll leave you guys with. Can you smack it on the way out for me? Subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're new here. Have a fantastic Friday. God bless all of you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.